Alright, so first of all, Patrick, if you're watching this, here we are. The Eminence in the Shadow, episode 1. As promised, reacting and reviewing at least the first episode. Apart from that, everybody else, welcome to the channel. Sanji Uchiha here, the Uchiha that Itachi forgot that went to YouTube. And I'm here reacting and giving my first impressions on the Eminence in the Shadow, which apparently has been, renewed, and we're expecting a season 2 later on in the year apparently. But at the very least, I'm here to react and review this first episode. So without further ado, let's just get into it. Of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that jazz and blues, the YouTube cliche stuff. Alright, let's go. I don't know if this is a good start. Being reminded of my, me having to get up in the morning for work. The struggles of rolling out of bed, fam. Trying to feed us some cultured content right from the get-go. A worthy attempt. But let's see how the rest of this episode goes. Bombards! Interesting. That didn't look like nothing to me. Is this man deaf?
私の名前は。ああ、待って、思い出した。君は一応重要人物の名前はしっかり覚えてるんだけど、最近寝不足で。
Nah, wait, but yo, that's very interesting with this style somebody. I will give him that.
僕はごめんね、西谷さん。西谷じゃねえよ。西野よ。
This man come like Luffy, brother.
西野茜。
One just assign you a name.
それに気づいたとき、完全に嫌いになった。
What is going on, bro?
次の月9のドラマ主役なんでしょ。もう休止していた過去がある。
Okay, I guess that explains her, I guess, PTSD when leaving home.
仮面をかぶるようになった。各生物の限界。More power.
More Chikara, boy. Wait, the pianist, man making melodies. Why did they have to do that shot, bro? Come on. That doesn't look too healthy. How's this man still doing at school, bro? Come on. Go home. Have you heard about our Lord and Savior? Seems like a regular Friday, being tied up for this girl. Well, maybe. Wait, this man having a Rock Lee moment? Interesting. Like with the moon, it seems like it's like some symbolic way of showcasing that he's smiling inside. He's happy for this. Again.
俺か？俺はただのスタイリッシュ傍観スレイヤーだ。スタイリッシュ傍
Okay.
してんじゃねえよさがれ。無駄の多い動き隙だらけだ。
Ooh, alright. Step in a boy face, yes sir. You should probably, Ooh, shit. Is that a crowbar? Watch out, what are they? But a dual wield thing. Ooh. Body weight difference. Buds. Ooh. This man like Batman or something? This man beating up gangs in the night. Balaclava berserker? Ooh, I'm pulling a Joker Jason Todd moment here. Don't worry, he's just, you know, knocked out. This man dual wielding the crowbar. This man just instant transmission behind her, so. The Eminence in Shadow. Such a ridiculous name, this stylish ruffian slayer. It's ridiculous, bro. Boy, I said the name right this morning. Man, I'm really pulling a Yu Yu Hakusho in episode 1. Clearly. No, fam, you wouldn't be able to. But I guess this is anime, so. This man is just struggling with, you know, pursuing his passions, but, you know, living with his limits as an actual human being. Woo! Okay. Oh, yeah. Woo. Of course, this is an Isekai. Loving the OST. I might have the, you know, the style. I need more power. Boss of the waifu squad rolling out. Man wants to be the Shadow Kage. The Eminence in Shadow. Of course. Alright, so that was episode 1 of Eminence. Is it Eminence in Shadow or Eminence in the Shadow? I guess, you know, semantics. Tomato, tomato. But honestly, that was a good start to this show. Like, in terms of my first impressions, the art is pretty good. Music, just, I mean, even that last OST was, you know, I had to like, yeah. You know, but I think this episode did a good enough job of like kind of not just transitioning into the, you know, just Isekai the protagonist from the start, but, you know, kind of show a bit of his life, you know, just first hand experience with his life before actually making the transition and pushing him to the new worlds. I definitely like that. You know, I haven't watched like a ton of Isekai, but from what I've watched, you know, characters usually get pushed to the, you know, the new world, and you kind of learn about them through their experiences and through flashbacks and all of that. So I did like that in terms of this episode. You get to see what, you know, well, the main character is all about in terms of him learning all these martial arts, and also just him being, I wouldn't want to say an outcast, but you can see that he doesn't really, there's something different about him, to say the least. And in terms of just the interpersonal dynamics of the characters in this episode, I can appreciate the nuance of it, because especially with what he was saying by the end there, in terms of having this passion of wanting to be a hero from he was small, and he kept that passion, you know, into his, you know, late teenage years, it seems. And, you know, the lines in terms of, I'm paraphrasing here, the lines of him just talking and comparing himself to everybody else who seem to have forgotten about their passions, it's something that's very relatable, because in a lot of cases, I think as persons grow up, you kind of get complacent in some areas. Some of the passion and drive you have, it can be easily replaced with the mundane, you know, day-to-day operations, whether it be school or work, whatever the case may be. And certain things you might have wanted to pursue, you kind of just leave them to the wayside and say, oh, it's kind of too late. So I did like the nuance of that, to say the least, but at the same time, him kind of dealing with the fact that, yo, this is reality, I'm only human. So, you know, there's some nuance there to appreciate about, in terms of before he actually makes the transition. So that was interesting, and I'm interested to see how that plays out when it comes on to him being in this new world. He finally gets into the cookie jar, so to speak. He can fulfill his life's passion, being Sasuke Uchiha, essentially. the Shadow Hokage. I mean, that's basically it, if I'm being quite honest. But you know, this was good. And even with the fight scene so far, it doesn't seem like the show is going to be like too filtered. I do love, it seems like the show is also going to have a lot of those, you know, Japanese, what would they say, English? Is that what they would say? You know, just saying it in plain English. Those moments are awesome. I have seen that, you know, I am atomic scene on YouTube, so that was, you know, that was cool. So, you know, I think this show, with this first episode, has done enough to say, okay, we can watch and have a nice ride watching and enjoying this. It's going to be fun. So yeah, but anyway, let me know what you guys think. I think I've rambled on long enough. As I said, arts, animation, OST, things are looking decent. There's enough nuance there to really appreciate the show, and it might have the cliche, you know, things when it comes on to an isekai, but it seems like it's gonna be fun. But anyway, Sanju Uchiha, let me know what you thought about my first impressions of the Eminence in Shadow episode 1, and I definitely will continue to watch this show. No promises on, you know, reacting to all of it on YouTube like a series, but if it depends on how this video does, I suppose, and what you guys want. But anyway, see you guys in the next video.